Public sexual indecency charges in Arizona, what you need to know. If you are engaged, sometimes maybe you're out, you're on the weekend, you met somebody at a club or at a bar and you decide you're gonna have sex in the back of the car, and all of a sudden you get picked up by cops, they roll up on you, you get charged with public sexual indecency. There are significant possible penalties associated with any type of sex crime in Arizona, whether it be a felony public sexual indecency or misdemeanor public sexual indecency. Depending on the age of the person who may have been around or may have called this in when this occurred, when the sexual act occurred, you could be looking at a felony if they're a certain type of age, if they're a minor. So depending on the age of the person who calls in or could have seen you or observed you and engaged in the actual sex act, if they're under 15 years old, could be a felony, right? So what you need to do is you need to talk with an experienced trial lawyer about the types of issues that they should be looking at when preparing this case for trial. These are not typically the type of cases that are going to go away or get dismissed under the 4th Amendment or the 6th Amendment, 5th Amendment, 8th Amendment, 14th Amendment, right? Those are pretrial issues that we'd be looking at to see if we can get a case dismissed. Outside of what I call factual issues, those are trial issues where a jury would need to make a determination if the government has met their burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt as to, one, whether or not you were even engaged in a sex act, and two, the age of the person who was there, things of that nature. You could have identification issues in these types of cases. There's factual issues associated with credibility. One of the biggest things that comes up at trial, a juror or juries are the weighers of credibility. So if they don't believe a witness, so for example, maybe two people are just getting changed in the back of the car, or one person's getting changed in the back of the car, and somebody calls in and claims that somebody was masturbating in the back of the car. The jury is going to have to decide whether or not the person who testified to that fact, one, had a good vantage point, actually saw what they claim they saw. Those are things that go into credibility. But two, maybe they have some sort of motive that plays a role in whether or not they're being a credible witness at trial. Maybe they're just trying to get this individual in trouble. So there are a lot of different things that need to be looked at from a factual perspective in these types of cases. From a pretrial perspective, there could be issues associated with statements that you made. We'd be looking at 5th Amendment violations. You're unlikely, though, to typically have 4th Amendment issues unless there's some sort of improper search and seizure of your phone or camera footage in the area associated with a device that you had personal control or possession over. So if you get charged with public sexual indecency in Arizona, give us a call. We litigate these cases. We try these cases. We have significant experience and positive results for our clients in these cases. So give us a call.